Welcome back. Welcome
We are
back. Yes.
back again.
Back again. The Money Our Business podcast.
Who do we
Back
got
at you.
today? Who do we have today with us?
Today we got a good crew, but a light crew. We got G Money, Vargas, Vo, and me.
You want to know why it's a light crew? Because we just survived the weekend house, so
Man.
maybe
Listen,
maybe we lost a couple.
Maybe we didn't survive.
Barely.
A couple of them didn't, I guess.
Coming right off the lake house. We're down to 4 people.
We do have a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff went down at the lake house.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff.
Luckily, no police. We lost an under and over bet with the
The
police showing
could
up
show
once.
up.
It was close, though. It
What?
was close. So it was close.
Very close. Very
Yeah.
close.
It was close. It almost happened.
So how you want to start the recap of this thing? We got a bunch,
Well,
guys.
listen, I think the only way to recap is to start with the guy who had never been in North Carolina before.
That is very true, Mr. Vargas.
He's never been here before.
Yeah, never been there. First time there. It was
So
amazing.
We got to get his
Yeah, well,
point of view, right?
Vargas, what do you think? You coming back?
It was beautiful. I mean, listen, it was beautiful. You know, Joe picked me. Here's the thing. I get off the plane in Charlotte. Okay. I get off the plane. I just came from LaGuardia. Okay. Which is one of the two major New York airports. All right. So I get off the plane. I text Joe right away. Joe's like, hey, I'm going to be down by like the carport, right down when you come out, like, the baggage by the thing. So I'm like, okay. So as I get off, I go, I call him. He tells me where he is. So I'm expecting like to walk out there, like LaGuardia, Kennedy, and see like a zoo of like, cars, couple of police directing traffic. I walk out, there's 3 cars out there, literally 3 cars.
Well,
I
that's
see
one
him
of
on
the
his
ones.
phone, like 2 cars down. I said, oh, geez.
I said, if you can't find me,
Yeah.
Vargas thought you're gonna be standing with the sign and everything.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm like, yeah, I got to flag this guy down. Tell me what number you're at. I walk out, there's 3 cars outside.
no.
So,
Vargas,
good.
he's like, they gonna let you sit there? I'm like, no, they're gonna say something to me at some point because I got there a little early. I blew past the cell phone area where you
oh,
can sit
you
and wait.
didn't stay in a lot?
I was gonna, and then I was talking, so I blew past it, and so I end up sitting in front, and so I just kept checking around. Nobody ever came over to me,
Oh,
but
so
they
you
were
put-
starting to head my way, and Vargas was coming out.
When
so
they
it's
do,
like,
you're supposed to move a little bit more up.
oh
so it
no,
looked
that's what I
like
told Vargas. That's funny she said that.
that's
I
what
said
he
to
told
Vargas,
me.
I said, if they come, I'm just gonna creep up a little bit more, and then creep up a little. I'm just gonna keep pulling away from.
yeah,
that.
'cause you
So they gotta keep following me.
it works.
But,
no, it
um,
does. I tried that
Yeah.
a couple of times.
But North Carolina was great. Joe took me on a great tour of like downtown Charlotte, which was amazing. I mean, wow, super clean city. Obviously much smaller than New York, but I mean, a really, really clean city, beautiful. Took me past like the Panther Stadium where the Panthers play, which is beautiful. I love it. It's like right in the middle of the city.
Yep.
So everything kind of surrounds it. Beautiful park, not too far away. And it was awesome, man. Really young, a lot of young people over there in the city. A lot of young people, young professionals walking around. And it was really beautiful, and then Joe took me on a great tour of like, took me to your shop. I got a chance to see your shop. Took me around,
He went to.
Burkfield. What was that Burkfield? Burkfield?
Burkdale.
Yep.
Burkdale. That was really nice. He took me for a ride over there. We went over to Trump Point. We went over to, he showed me all like the major areas and stuff like that. It was beautiful, man.
Vargas sees Trump Point. He's like, this is some way to live.
I went over there. I said,
And it's funny too with that Trump Point when he first bought that golf course. The first thing that was erected was that big monument thing going in, right?
Yeah.
Trump. That's all you seen. Like that's what's like.
Trump
It changed the whole.
Right away.
But what's
Trump.
nice is we're over there by Trump Point, and Joe's driving me around. And as he's driving me around, Karen, his wife, calls on the phone. And as she's on the phone, he's like, hey, I'm over here with Vargas. I'm showing him Trump Point, showing him some of the houses. She's like, oh man, they're so beautiful. You know what? I could see myself living there.
Oh,
Joe's like,
She could definitely see herself living there.
No, but
Wait, does she see herself living there with Joe though?
no. After she gets rid of
Yeah,
it.
is Joe the roommate? No.
She's like, I could see myself living here. I said, yeah, you just got to figure out what guy that is.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Listen, this is what I told her. And I said this in the car. I said, the difference between you not living here and you living here is who you decided to sleep with.
That's true. Hey,
That's what he said. That was
Pretty
your
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey, how'd you
A
get?
lot of houses out here, a lot of choices.
How
You
did,
chose this guy. That's your
how'd you get here tonight? Did you leave your pillow in place? She's talking to it right now. I
Yeah,
think she's still home.
I left the pillow at home so you could talk. But it was funny. She said that because she's like, "Oh, I can see myself living here." John looked at me like, "Who can't? Everyone can see themselves living here. Like whether it's plausible. That's like seeing a guy in a Ferrari and be like, I can see myself in that car."
That's exactly when me and Debbie came down here. We drove right through we drove through there. We're like, wow, look at these hoes, and we're starting to think, and all of a sudden
Look
I'm
at
like,
these hoes. What?
look at these houses, not the
Oh.
hose. Jesus,
That's-
where's your mom?
I
Whoa.
don't know what you just said.
It
I
sounded
actually,
like
I
hose.
actually believe he truly said that.
No,
Check out these
didn't you hear that?
hoes.
He said, "Look at these hoes."
I said, look at these homes between houses and homes. It came out almost like hose, or it
Yeah.
might have been hose.
I could really see myself in one of these.
Well, look at these hoes. And she said, well, look at them yourself. No,
Yeah.
anyway, we just drove through there. I was like, oh, wow, this is great. I mean, then you start reality checking, like, all right, let's move where we can go. So we drove back out of that neighborhood and we found a house where we could
Yeah, but
afford.
Vargas is like that's its own little city in there. It's like
Yeah, you
Wouldn't
never know
leave.
it's there.
I wouldn't leave. I'd be in there. I'd order Peapod. Like, I'm not going anywhere. You got to take me to like the hospital. That's the only way you get me out of there. I wouldn't
Well-
go anywhere from in there.
there's nowhere to go.
Well, he's got, you showed him that their own little city too in there, like the
Yeah.
little market they have in the
I
middle.
told him.
Yeah.
I showed him the green, the
Yeah.
market, the whole
Clubhouse.
I took him by.
Yeah.
I won't mention names, but I took him by some. Listen. What people don't realize about Charlotte, especially like Norman area, a lot of athletes retire here.
Yeah, yeah.
So not only do you have the NASCAR drivers' homes in there, but you got ex NFL players and
NBA,
those kind
yep.
of stuff.
Yeah.
And so
Guy's a
I took him
kicker,
by-
bro.
No,
You passed me. I passed the kicker's house.
Yeah, I go. Hey,
I
this
didn't
is-
pass. I didn't pass a Pro Bowl linebacker's house.
Oh,
I passed
Who,
the
Orlando?
kicker's.
Orlando Mount Mari?
Alindo Mari's house. So I take him by Alindo Mari's house, and John's like, "What the hell?" He goes, "That's a kicker's house." I go, "That
Yeah.
is a kicker."
Jeez.
100%.
Yeah, no, they're amongst us here more than anywhere else. Like to see the
Oh,
celebrity,
the athletes,
the
yeah,
athletes
without
and
a
stuff.
doubt.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
you'll be walking like, oh yeah, there's so and so. We seen Patrick Ewing that time. I told you
yeah.
going to Capitol Grill. He was right. I went, holy shit, that's Patrick. He's like, how you doing?
No, listen, I told John when I first moved down here, gee, you know this. I was like, I didn't realize that because what I tell people about Charlotte, G, John, is that when you grow up in New York, if you don't grow up with money, you're never seeing Michael Jordan play at Madison Square Garden.
Oh no.
Like, if Jordan comes to Madison Square Garden, the nosebleeds are $1,000 of tickets. You know what I'm saying? You're just not. You don't get to go to those things, right? If you're going to go get Knicks tickets, you're going to get them to see a horrible team, right?
Yeah.
And you'll get to watch it. So, but up in New York, it's all the professional sports, right? G, it's all professional baseball, football, whatever it may be. It's no NASCAR. You know what I'm saying? It's horse racing. It's professional sports.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
And really, the only colleges outside of Syracuse, Georgetown, and St. John's, from a sports perspective, what do you have?
Pretty much nowhere.
Not much else, right? So when you move down here, you don't realize the scenario. And so when I first moved down here, there's a store called Belk's or whatever. It's similar to like what Macy's would be up
Yeah.
north, right? So you go into Belk's, and I'm online getting something at Belk's, and online behind me is Muggsy Bogues. He's just hanging out online.
He's
behind me.
what, like 5'5", 5'6", Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, dude. Let me just tell you something.
He's tall. He was taller than Spud Webb, or no?
No, I was
Or-
standing next to that guy.
Vargas,
I
what
was
do you
like-
say on that? Was Muggsy Bogues taller?
He was
than-
5'3".
Taller than Spud. I think he
No,
was
no, no.
shorter than Spud. Was he shorter than Spud?
Spud Webb was 5'8". Gee, you could Google this. You can
Yeah.
fact check me. I think Spud
Yeah.
Webb was 5'8".
And what's Muggsy Bogues? 5'5",
5'3".
5'3".
5'3".
Spud Webb won the dunk contest,
No, I
right?
remember that.
No, that guy
With the
wasn't.
Hawks.
So Muggsy Bogues is online behind me. Let me tell you something. It's one of the times in my life that I had a professional athlete behind me, and I felt like the big dog. I was like, yeah. I'm like,
5'3".
what,
That's,
these
yeah, he's tiny.
professional
Man.
athletes? Come on.
He couldn't dunk though, could he, Muggsy?
No.
No, right?
No. So, but anyway, John, you come down here to Charlotte, and what you don't realize is Charlotte, before everybody started moving down here, it was big NASCAR and college sports. Because you have all these colleges. You got UNC, you got Chapel, you got Tobacco Road, you got Chapel Hill, Duke, you got Wake Forest, you got Columbia, South Carolina, so you got the Gamecocks. You got all the colleges are here, right? App State. So big college football, college basketball, Georgia. You know, you're down in the South, right? So it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
so you don't realize like professional sports wasn't a thing. It was a thing, but you are going to a Hornets game over a Duke UNC game, or NASCAR's big. So when I got here and they had their NBA team, right? They got the Hornets, and then the Hornets weren't here. So remember when they were the Bobcats? Well, you go to see a Bobcats game, G. Down here, I saw Dwayne Wade play, Shaq play, LeBron play. You name it. I saw Duncan and the Spurs late, and before they retired with Ginobili and all them. Like, you just get to see all that down here in a way you wouldn't be able to see it up in New York.
Oh yeah.
Because the access down here is just different, right? And then you're just walking around. They're just walking around. Like I always said this, you would never just see Patrick Ewing at Macy's, right? Like, you wouldn't be just standing on line with him,
Yeah. No.
like I was with Muggsy Bogues. But, you got all these, Robert Parrish, I think, lived down here. You see him walking through the city and whatever it may be. But, it's just different down here. It's a really cool sports city, because if you're into professional sports, your access is different here
Yeah.
than it is in New York.
100%. There's a
Yeah.
big difference from New York to here, of course.
Yeah.
Like I said, you never get that close to seeing these guys.
No.
you know?
So I wanted to give John. So poor John. John gets off the plane. Guy's been up since you're up. His dad picked him up at 5 a.m. to go to the airport.
Yeah, I got a driver. Yeah, he picked me up at 5 o'clock in
Oh,
the
your
morning.
dad. You got a driver.
Yeah, I had him pick me up at 5.
Well,
yeah,
listen, when
driver.
you're on a podcast, I guess you just get drivers. You guys like, I got to go to the airport. I'm going on a business trip.
That's
We're
it.
doing the podcast live. So he had a driver 5 a.m., which means John was
Yeah.
probably up since 3:30 or whatever
Oh,
it may
yeah,
be.
it's a long day.
He gets here, and his flight was delayed. Of
Yeah, like an
maintenance
hour.
issues, right?
Yep.
His flight was delayed.
maintenance issue.
Yeah.
Never like
Yeah.
to hear that.
No.
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, not only was it delayed, we're sitting on the plane, and the pilot, I guess, decides in his infinite wisdom to let us know why we're going to be delayed. We're having some trouble with the plane. They're going to bring us apart. The plane's good, but we're having a problem with the air conditioning, and we're having a problem with starting the engines.
Oh, great.
So they got a crew that's going to come out that's going to assist us with that. So there's a guy next to me who's like, so basically they're bringing us jumper cables. They're about to jump the engines.
Yeah, the battery's going to die while you're up there.
Yeah,
We're missing the phalange. No,
right.
it's like, John's looking around like, we don't know what he's saying. He's mentioning the name
Right.
of the part and stuff. He's like,
I'm like, I don't know what that means.
No, that's the same thing. Like, it's funny. The pilot, they must be being mad with ownership, because the pilot, we were out on the plane when we were going to Vegas. We're on the tarmac for a while, and we're like, and the guy sitting, he's like, the pilot, you hear me after like 35 minutes waiting, and he's like, we're still waiting because we don't have food. Apparently, they kept telling me they're on the way, but there's no food to put on the plane, so that's why we're still. And he was getting more aggravated, and the more it went on, he was like throwing this whole thing underneath the bus. And everyone's like, "What do you mean we got no food? We're waiting on it." But he didn't give a shit. It might have been the guy's last day.
No, I
That
just
pilot
think
didn't care. Bro.
I just don't.
He told us way too much to be
Well,
telling
listen,
us
what
like
are you
that.
going to do? Lie to people?
Yeah, but you just say, "Hey, I don't know what waiting," but like, they said they're on the way, and I don't. That's about where I don't know when they
Listen,
said on the
when
way
they-
where that is.
listen,
He said,
What he knows is it wasn't the plane. It was someone else.
"Yeah,
And he's like, listen, we don't got food, and they're not here yet. So we're going to sit here till they get here with the food. Because you know what I know? I know you guys are going to be in the air and go, where's the food? So we're just going to wait on
Yeah,
that.
we might as
We're
well
on
wait
a
now."
4-hour flight to Vegas. But one time, Vargas talking about maintenance issues, G. Do you ever hear the story about when him and I were flying to Florida? And the guy came popping up through the floor?
Yeah, yep. You told me that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy comes popping up through the floor. He says, we got maintenance
"No,
issues.
that
I'm
we
like, I
should
gotta get off
have.
here.
We tried to get off that plane.
We
That
did
was the
try to
first
get off.
time I said, you know
No,
what,
100%.
this thing shouldn't be taken off."
No, we
No. When
tried
the guy
to-
came through the floorboard with like the whole mechanic gear and a wrench, like this is out of
popped
the
up
movies.
right next to Anthony.
Like
Mackie.
I'm like, this guy's fixing the plane. No, we're getting the hell off the plane.
No.
I said, no. If you've seen this guy, you're like, this guy ain't fixing the plane. I'm not.
Guy's
by the way
coming
he
up through the
looked like. I'm
floor
like,
with overalls on
he's with
and
a
a
wrench.
wrench.
He's not fixing a freaking aircraft with a regular, like a 19 millimeter wrench. He's out there like,
I don't know what he
if
was doing.
he's banging on something like Fonzarelli to get the jukebox going. Otherwise, this plane is not taking off.
It was already above my
No.
pay grade. But so Vargas is up, gets to the lake, gets to Charlotte, and when he gets to Charlotte, he hasn't eaten nothing. I take him on 2.5-hour car ride. This
Oh,
poor guy.
this poor
around
guy.
Charlotte.
It was great. It was good.
No, but we went to eat
Yeah.
over on the
Yeah.
lake. He got to eat on the lake, but it was pretty good. It was got to show. I crammed as much as I could in
Yeah, he got to see
2.5
a
hours
good
from
chunk
a,
before.
from a visual. You know?
Now, August, that food that you first had, is there any difference from after that to what you ate the rest of the weekend? I'm just saying.
Oh my
Oh, yeah,
God.
all right, no,
The
good.
weekend, let me tell you something. Anthony Lopardi can just cook up a storm, man. First off, what did we spend? We spent 4 days in that house,
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was three.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
three,
three
and a half, yeah.
3.5.
like 3.5 days, right? So let's say 3 full days we stayed in that house.
Yeah.
I swear to God, Anthony was in the kitchen probably like of each day, probably a good 50% of the day.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
was
oh,
just
I was
in
gonna
the
say
kitchen.
60.
At
yeah.
least
Yeah,
50%.
Yeah.
at least 50% of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. So
First
just
off, like my
so paint
he's
the
just great.
picture, Vargas,
I'll
right?
give you the picture.
we
So
rent the house. got
rent the
9
house,
guys
beautiful,
staying
beautiful
there.
house.
Yeah.
9 guys, beautiful house, right on the lake. The whole garage is a converted game room, ping pong, basketball shoot, air hockey, refrigerator. I mean, beautiful. The whole place is just gorgeous. Barbecue outside, cornhole, screened in porch, kayaks, everything, boat launch. I mean, you name it. You guys, Joe set it up great. Joe set it up great. But like we spend that night, I get up in the morning. Anthony, I go down, I have a cup of coffee. Anthony comes downstairs. He's like, "Hey, morning, guys." He starts pulling out pots and pans, and he's like, "I'm gonna make some eggs. What do you want? You want scrambled?
No, wait,
Sunny
Vargas.
side
Before this, remember, we went to play golf,
yes,
right? Anthony
Yep.
decided not to go play golf because he went shopping
Oh,
for
yeah.
all the food
Yeah.
he was gonna cook.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, he hit Costco,
Yeah.
Walmart. He
Oh,
hit,
he
he
hit
hit a
everything.
bunch
He
of
had
places.
everything.
Yep.
Everything.
He had it all. Everything.
Go
The
ahead.
fridge was packed.
Right.
I mean, packed with everything. I mean, lamb chops, fruit, shrimp. I mean, hamburgers. I mean, you name it,
Guacamole
man.
dip.
And
Guacamole.
Yeah.
Hey, the
dip.
hamburgers were
Tons of
Wagyu
stuff.
hamburgers. They weren't even just
Wagyu.
They
regular.
were really good, dude. He
No,
made
that's
smash
good.
burgers,
No,
as
so
a matter of fact.
we send him shopping, and he comes back, right, G? I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
hey, how much was that? 3 days. He's like, it was around $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
He's like,
shit.
Yeah.
my chip
Like,
in
what?
is around $1,000. We're like, none of us were like, all right, that's fine. It turned out to be
Yeah.
$100 a guy.
Yeah.
110
100 bucks
that
a guy.
$100 a guy fed us till the end.
Well,
like we,
think
we
about
had to
that,
throw
'cause
food away at the end. It was
If
that-
we would have gone out to dinner, G, that one meal would have been
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah, what basically all I know is I was so disappointed when I got home. I had a fudge pop and I had to throw away the wrapper and the stick.
Fudge
All by
pops.
yourself?
Yeah, all by myself.
That's
Couldn't believe
right.
it. I'm like, what?
Anthony would
Like,
even collect your
I'm
wrapper
so
when you're
mad.
done.
So Vargas,
so
Ken, so you
mad.
come. So first morning, you come downstairs. My brother comes downstairs and he's like, pots and pans. Like, you
Yeah.
want breakfast?
He goes, I'm gonna make some eggs. What do you want? I would give scrambled. I give you sunny side up, whatever you want. Because if you want an omelet, I make you an omelet. I go, an omelet. I go, no, I'm good. He goes, I'm gonna make some bacon too. So as that happens, Vaccaro comes downstairs and he sees Anthony rustling around. He goes, hey, what are you doing? He goes, I'm gonna make some eggs. I'll make some bacon. Anthony goes, what's the matter? No hash browns? So I go, bro, don't bust his chops. It's first thing in the morning. But Anthony says that. And what does little Anthony do? He goes to the fridge. He starts pulling out potatoes. Guy starts cutting up potatoes. I go, you making this
Oh,
guy?
the hash
You
browns.
asked
I
him.
go, you're making this guy do hash browns. He starts doing hash browns.
He was
No, dude, it was. I was trying to describe this to somebody. It's like, it was, so breakfast, 2 hours after breakfast, it was like, what comes out? Wings, whatever it may be. Then after the wings, that was only to hold you over. We go do some activities, whatever, come back. Now there's burgers, hot dogs, a Caesar salad. Like, then after the burgers, it's penny alla vodka. Then 2 hours
Oh,
after that,
that
it's
was
like
amazing.
dinner, lamb chops,
Yeah.
broccoli.
dude.
Like, this is all day.
It was nonstop. Every
Nonstop.
day, all day like that.
Yeah.
It was just nonstop. Nonstop stuff.
He's unbelievable. I told him that should be a business. Honestly,
That's it. They should just
Oh,
want to do that.
He's
Yeah.
awesome. at it.
Dude.
You do
Dude,
like
and I knew
families
he
at
was
a time.
serious too. I knew
Also-
he was serious was that first night when we were there. And I go downstairs, he starts cooking, and this guy's pulling out the black rubber gloves. I go, this guy's pulling out black
No,
rubber
so-
gloves.
rubbing the meat.
No, he's
season-
tenderizing the meat. No, he's telling. He gives you time. He's like, "Don't touch that. 15 minutes to
Yeah,
sit there
like-
before you do anything." I'm like,
Oh,
Oh.
you're out. You see him out on the barbecue grill? It's like he's got his
Oh.
phone counting down
Yeah.
the seconds.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, man. I
so
mean,
G,
just
so G says to him, so listen, you listen to the podcast, my brother's not in a, he's not in a relationship. He's not married, right?
Yeah.
So we always joke with him. So he heads the other way. You heard him with the pillow. You said, hey, if they had a pillow of you, and he'd be like, "That's the only thing that would stick around."
Yeah, that would be the only
Right?
thing left behind.
So G says to him, like after day two, G goes, "Dude, I would marry you." I go, "Oh, now you turned him off." I was gonna stop cooking. Once you said you want to
Yeah,
settle
you
down
just,
with
you
him,
just got to tell me you
No.
love him. That's it.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
it.
you. I
Just
love
tell
the
me
way
you
you
love
do
him.
that.
You
That's all I
can't tell him
do.
to marry you.
That's how I get him. I go, man, I love your fucking food. He goes, oh, it's no problem. And he just keeps going. He
No.
pumps it no matter what time
Oh,
it is.
man.
No,
He's
no,
serving wings at 3 a.m. Whatever.
no. I was thinking to myself, gee, just like you, just like the disappointment. Then the first day back in action, whatever, we were back in action. I think I got to like noon. I'm like, I haven't eaten today at all. Zero.
Yeah, it's
like
you're in a different routine all of a
I gotta
sudden.
go get food for myself. You know? And then I'm like, this is no good.
I could swear he might have cloned himself. There's no
No.
way he was doing that much. He was
No,
everywhere.
So listen, so that night, because like listen, I drive Vargas and Jesse off at the airport, and by the time I get home, I'm exhausted.
yeah, it's
Like I'm like now my eyes are heavy. G. It's been a long weekend.
Yeah.
Average. What do we average? 4 hours a night of sleep, if that.
If that.
Oh, well, listen,
Really?
let's talk about the sleep situation. Jeez,
Well, we
what
will-
was going
we
on in
will.
that thing?
But I tell one last thing
Oh,
about the
my-
food.
Oh, yeah.
I fall asleep on the couch, right, G? And this is what I love. It's like my wife's the best. I'm out cold, right, G? She wakes me up. Ready for this question? Are you gonna sleep for the rest of the night, or do you want to eat? Well, no. I guess now I'm not gonna sleep for the rest of the night, right? Like if you left me sleeping, I would have slept the rest of the night. Now I'm up, right? So she looks at me. She's like, "You want to eat?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, yeah, sure. What did you make? You know, this is coming off of lamb chops and salmon. What did you make?" And she's like, "I don't know. Jordan had me throw something together." That's all she had to say. I said, "Nah, I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'm gonna throw something together." G, I'm like, "Nah, I'm gonna go back to sleep."
Yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah, sleep was more important at that point. But the sleep arrangements were a trip because the sleep arrangements, this is the difference. And so we were talking about this and we joked a little bit about over, the group text. We rent that house in our 20s. That's just a different scenario, right? It just looks different, feels different. The hanging out, the partying is different. Everything's different, right? Now, all of a sudden, we rent this house in our 50s and we got sleeping arrangements. Now, when you go into a house and you go, all right, it sleeps 10, right? So we'll just put these 4 people in this room. These 2 people will be in that room, blah, 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 blah. And it's just supposed to be that easy. And in our 20s, it would have been that easy. Then all of a sudden, after night 1, we figured, can't have Jeff in the room with G and them because Jeff snores,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So loudly, right? So we had to
Oh, man.
remove Jeff from that room,
Yeah.
put him downstairs on the couch. Then my brother can't go in that room because he snores. So now he's in a room all by himself to quarantine him off from snoring.
Yeah.
Then you got Mike, who's got a CPAP machine on. So he's got to have his own room. Then Ben's got a CPAP machine. I
Yeah.
go,
2
listen,
guys in the house with a
we
CPAP
got
machine.
2
There's
guys in the house with a
something going
CPAP
on.
machine. We got 2 snorers. I'm like, man,
So that's why
this aging thing.
that's why one of our games was definitely bocce ball because nobody's exerted himself too much in that event.
No, we had to play volleyball.
Jesus.
That was an absolute.
Where'd we come at this point, right?
No, and I have to tell you, Jeff always says he has to sleep in another room because he snores. I have to tell you, what we did is we put Jeff in the living room, which is the center of the house. So now his snoring is echoing throughout.
Yeah,
the
because
entire
that was
house.
Cathedral Seal in the center house that had the cathedral up to the second
Yeah,
floor. We
yeah.
were in the movie room with your son and my son. The door was shut. The volume had to be up to like 60, and you still heard the freaking guy chopping wood down that
No,
thing.
that
I
guy
said,
was-
"Oh,
no,
God,
Like a
he was
freaking
bad.
buffalo, that guy.
Oh
No.
my God!
It was
That guy
bad.
was like a
So
bear.
bad.
It was like unbelievable.
Yeah,
So
like
so.
your brother was like a bear when he was sleeping. We got that little footage of your brother when he was
Yeah.
sleeping.
By the way, he's a miserable. Like
I thought he was dead. I was
no, you wake him up in
No,
the morning,
no,
so miserable.
no, that was
No.
That's why when we woke him up, he went right back to cooking.
No, he goes, yeah. No. It was like,
yeah, no, you can't wake him up.
no.
It's-
And then we're all mad. Like, you were watching the UFC fight Saturday night. Anthony had cooked all day, and then he disappeared for like 2 hours. He went upstairs to take a nap. We're like, what is he doing napping for? We're like mad at him because he's napping. Guy just got done cooking a 7-course meal.
yeah,
he's
we're like,
napping.
what is he doing?
All right, so listen, I'll tell you, like, it was a fun weekend. It was definitely a fun weekend. You know, something we did because we didn't take a guy's trip this year. We just figured we'd do it. But I was going around the room. Give me your top 3 favorite things from the weekend. They could be something we did, something that happened, or something that was said. That was your favorite part of the weekend. Where you want to go? Gee, you're already looking at me like you want
Well,
me to, we want me
I'm
to skip
thinking.
you
I'm thinking.
and go to Vargas. So Vargas, you go first.
Top 3.
And it
I
has
would
to
say,
be
I mean,
since you
the
landed.
whole trip was amazing.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
being with everybody together. You know, and the first day I came in early. So we weren't supposed to be in the house until Thursday. So I stayed with Joe and, you know, I stayed at his house, you know, and his wife Karen's amazing, opened her house to me. So I was able to stay there. But, I guess like the first night that I was there when I stayed over, that whole incident with the shower.
Oh, no. Yeah. So John and Gerard stay at my house Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Right? Because we can't check in till Thursday. So they come in early. They stay at my Wednesday night. So we're messing around all day, playing basketball outside. My son challenges me to one-on-one playing horse and then around the world. But it's like 96 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I'm older. He's fine. He plays in that all the time. But it's a lot of heat exhaustion, right? Then Wednesday night, we had that all day. Then Wednesday night, we went to Jeff's,
Yep.
barbecued,
Right.
pool. It was a long night.
It was a long day.
Yeah,
it
long
was
day, long night. And we're all exhausted. So we get back to my house. Gerard goes to, you know, he stays in my son Joe's room. Vargas goes into my, you know, stays in Skylar's room. And Jordan historically showers at night.
Yeah.
Right? What his routine is, he showers at night, plugs his phone in, usually in our room, and he'll go shower. And then when he's done the shower, he'll come in the room. We're passed out because you know, work the next day usually.
Yeah.
And he gets his phone, goes in his room, whatever it may be. So Karen sees him plug a phone in, thinking
right.
it's his phone,
Yep.
right? He doesn't live without his phone. Like most kids, he ain't doing anything without his phone, right? So he plugs it in. So he's definitely going to come back and get it. We pass out because we're all tired. John goes to sleep. Now, we've talked about this, Vargas, on the podcast. You and G don't sleep. Well, G's up every 2 hours, but
Yeah.
historically for work, you're up by 3:30
3:30. Yeah, I get
in
up.
the morning, right? So
Yep,
even
yep,
on days you
3:30
don't
a.m.
work, you don't sleep in.
Nah, I'm usually up like on a day like me sleeping in is me getting up at like 6 o'clock, 5:30. So
Right,
like
right.
I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm up.
So
Yeah.
so everyone said all of a sudden at like 4:30 in the morning, 4:15, 4:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
Karen gets out of bed in a panic. She sees Jordan's phone still
That's
there.
right. You were saying.
She goes running to the door. I'm sleeping. All of a sudden, she opens the door. She hears the water running in
Yeah.
Jordan's bathroom. Now, Jordan's bathroom is a Jack and Jill bathroom that's connected to the room Vargas was staying in, right? But all she knows is the last thing before we were going to bed is Jordan was going to shower. So she hears the water running and freaks out. The door's locked. She thinks Jordan went in there to shower
Yeah.
and passed out, fell asleep, whatever it may be. So now she wakes me up to get the key to the bathroom. And she's like, "God, you know, Jordan's in the bath. The water's still running. It's 4:15 in the morning. He never came to get his phone." She's freaking out, dude. So now I get up. You know, your adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah.
I go get the key, but as I approach the door, I turn to her and I go, "Karen, are you sure that's not Vargas? Showering. Vargas gets up early." She goes, "Oh my God. Oh my God. I forgot Vargas is here." I said, "Yeah, let's go check Jordan's room, not the bathroom. You go busted in on Vargas in the bathroom. That'll be some first night at our
Yeah.
house,
Welcome,
right?
welcome
Yeah.
to NC.
Yeah, that's not Jordan,
No.
right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I go in Jordan's room. Jordan's passed out on the bed, right? Turns out Jordan didn't plug his phone in. He plugged an old phone in that he was trying to get something off of. They remember
the
he left
charge.
on that phone. So he had to charge it. Anyway, Karen's like, "Oh my God, thank God we didn't bust in the bathroom. Johnson and Vargas in the shower, but this and that." But we lay down, right, G? We lay down. Karen goes back to sleep. Like she's like lays over, goes back, "I'm awake." So now I'm laying there and I'm like, now it's 4:40. I know he's up and in the shower. I'm thinking, well, Vargas is up for the day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm gonna get up. So I get up off the bed, put my shorts on, whatever it may be. My wife turns around and goes, "Are you getting up?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Why don't you try to go back to sleep?" "I don't know, because you had our son drowning 30 seconds ago and my adrenaline's through the roof. I'm not going back to bed. I'm up for the day now. That's it. I'm up." Right?
Yeah.
So
No,
that
you're
was
done.
that
That's
was
it.
night one for John. John almost got my wife busting into the bathroom.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what
geez.
happened was is that Jordan, I was up and then Jordan just goes, I'm gonna take a shower in the bathroom. I go, okay. So I'm like, I want to take a shower too. So I'll just wait till Jordan's done. And it was late. We went to bed late that night.
Mhm.
So I just laid on the bed going, I'll just wait till Jordan's done. And I'll go to the bathroom. And I laid in the bed. I just fell asleep.
Oh, you passed out.
And the next thing I know, it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I got up and I said, probably a good time to take a shower. Everybody's sleeping. What do I got to worry about?
No, that's
Yeah, you don't have to
you
worry
figure
about
nobody's gonna bust in on me at 4:30. Here they are.
Yeah,
The whole
exactly,
family's about to kick in
exactly.
your door.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
But
one. Give me
that's
two
not,
more.
that's one. Second one, so Friday we went and played golf, which was great. And we played golf and I was in a foursome. It was me, Joe, his son Jordan, and G. And we're playing golf. And I forgot what hole we were on, but there was a bunch.
13. It was
Yeah, we were
13.
like on 13.
Yeah.
And I thought we were playing fine. I thought, listen, I understand in golf. I don't play as much as you guys. You guys are all golfers. Okay. I thought we were playing at a pretty decent pace. I really thought we were doing okay. But there were a bunch of guys behind us who didn't think we were playing at a good pace.
No, and but by the way, the whole from front to back, everyone was slow. It wasn't us. As a matter of fact, we're playing with my son Jordan, who's only 15, and the four of us, right, are on top of a twosome. You're never on top of a twosome, right? So if we're on top of them,
Yes.
that means the people in front of them are slow.
Yeah, the whole
It's
thing.
it's backed up. So we're not playing slow. Actually, tell you the truth, my son Jordan's playing great on the back nine. So
Oh,
he's
he
not
was
holding
playing
us
great.
up.
He played so well in the back nine. In the front nine, he was a little shaky. The back nine, dude, he was amazing.
And by the way,
had a
so
really
he's
good
not
round
even
in the back
holding us
nine.
up. Matter of fact, G and I aren't playing
Yeah.
as well as we normally do. So we're the ones, but we weren't holding, so the guy standing at the bottom of the hill and the guy, does one of these. The guy turns into the guy at the Oscars when you're giving too long of a speech. He's like, let's wrap it up. Like,
Yeah.
we're
Move
trying to chip
along.
on.
Yeah.
Guy turns
Yeah,
into
yeah.
like the guy at the Oscars. He's like, all of a sudden music starts playing. We're like, we're not that far behind. So the guy yells, what does he yell?
He was like, let's go, hurry up.
Yeah, but he said, move it along. And I was
Jeez,
like,
Meanwhile, the guy saying move it along.
no,
He's
wait.
standing in the rough with his
Yeah.
ball
Man,
in the
these
high
guys aren't
reads.
playing well. These guys behind us, guys looking for his ball in the rough. So G, go ahead. He says, wrap it up.
yeah, he said, move it along. And I said, F you. Right? I was like,
G, that's
"Fuck
G
you."
saying F you, bro.
Dude, he's getting on my nerves, and all that stuff. Because I went back to find the ball. Well, what happened was I think it was a hole that we weren't doing so well on. So I was looking for my ball. I couldn't find it because I thought mine was Jordan. So I circled back a little bit and the guy yelled something. And I'm like, because they started hitting, right? So I'm like, yeah, whatever, So I circle back around, we start hitting, whatever it is, and then we finish up. And then he says something again. And I was like, F you. I mean, and then he mentioned something back. And then I think Joe chimes in. Like, oh yeah, you want to settle it? You come over here, we'll settle it.
Joe tells the guy, Joe's over there, the guy starts waving, and Joe turns around like, what's the problem? And Joe goes, if it's an issue, you could come up here, we'll figure it out. And then the guy said something like, listen, little guy. And Joe kind of just lost it. After
Oh, I thought that was it.
Listen,
I swear. I thought we were rolling. Once he said
I thought it was
that
on.
was it.
No,
I was like,
listen, because
it
I'm
was
like
gonna go
this.
down.
And you heard, and Bacaro, you heard the guy from about 150, 170 yards away, clear as day, say, hey, little guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
we're
Joe's
slow
head
guy. So listen, I can't see that far away. But this is what I do know. You're not coming up here. Like we said. Like that guy, he ain't in a rush to get up the hill.
Yeah.
He could have he was right by his golf cart. Him and his friends could just have drove right up
Yeah.
to the golf cart, right?
And figured it out.
And figured it out. And so
So you guys were minding your own business
we're minding our own
this
business.
whole time?
Yeah, we're always minding
I'm
our own
just saying. It just
No,
seems very.
So listen, G of all people,
yeah, for
G,
him to be.
G's
First
the most
off,
laid back.
the
G's
whole
like,
incident, the guy said something, but but it only escalated because Gerard answered back this guy. Of all
so
people in the foursome.
Gerard, the full words,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so, you know what I think for myself and Vargas And Jordan, we forget Jordan's there watching,
yeah,
right?
no.
So myself and Vargas, we were just gonna like. I think it's like blow that. I didn't even know what was going on because I was kidding.
Whatever.
But then like Vargas is looking at him, and then all of a sudden G goes,
just-
"F you," and me and Vargas looked at each other like, this is gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
because like if G is saying something,
yeah, no.
then this is gonna happen.
And I think
right?
G's still fired up from the gym.
Oh no! So this was up there with the guy telling G he
Yeah, at the
needs to
gym,
clean
right?
the
Oh,
equipment.
yeah.
No, he had
Oh,
enough.
That might have been a little PTSD from G at the
Yeah.
gym. The
No,
fact
right.
that
He
answered
had
him
enough
like
of these
that.
people.
Well, anyway, yeah, just the way he did it. It was just the way he did it. And I was like, no, I mean, no, we're not just going to walk away and not hear anything back. So
Yeah,
told
and
him
by the
fuck
way, it wasn't. We
I
weren't.
mean, would
but
you have in your right mind
No,
really
no.
scream that to somebody
No,
that's like you don't
no.
even know? Like,
we talk about this all the time. The golf thing. If you play golf, listen. I know there's gonna be people listening to this and be like, "There's etiquette." Blah 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 blah. This is the problem, man. No one's professionals out there. And guess what?
Yeah, you're on a-
We weren't playing slow. We were playing well. But here's the problem. The whole course was backed up. But I always said to G, I said to this to Vargas too. I don't care how slow people are playing ahead of me. I'm never yelling at people or hitting up and
yeah,
people.
no.
You wanna know why?
Who you
You
kidding?
wanna know why? Because golf to me, I'm out there. I'm not at work. I'm not at my house. I'm not running kids around. I'm not dealing with bills. You're out there in nature playing golf, which is historically, you take your time,
Yeah.
you're measuring putts. It's a chill game, right? So if I got to wait for people to hit, all that means to me is
Relax. Yeah.
I sit in my car, relax, listen to nature, right? My rest of my life is so chaotic. Like I'm 100 miles an hour. You see it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see it on this podcast. I'm out there. I'm not trying to rush people, right?
Yeah. No, you
Matter
take
of fact,
your time.
Matter of fact, for the quality of my game, I would rather not rush because I have a tendency, just like you do. What are we talking about? You play. You're so used to playing fast sports like
Oh, yeah.
football. And
That's me. I can't slow
You
down
just
when I'm
wanna-
playing. I'm just like trying
you're
to get
just
up there
ready
and
to go hit
yeah.
the next ball. When we have to slow down, I got to stand by my ball because someone hasn't hit yet. It allows me to
Yeah. To
relax. So no, I don't understand people that get all. It's one thing if people are purposely
Yeah.
right taking their time, but I'm never yelling at anybody.
No.
You got to be special.
You got to be a person to
No,
do that.
but the best part, my two favorite parts of that story, Ant, is at the end of the day, because you weren't there, right?
yeah.
So at the end of the day, we just finished hole 17, right, G and John? And it says on our cart, return to the clubhouse immediately, lightning in the area. So they don't
wow.
want
It
you
got
finish.
dark. It got really dark,
Yeah.
like right
Yeah.
away. It
And so
rained.
guess
It
what?
rained a little bit. Yeah.
That means all of us had to head right back, and they were a hole behind us. All of us had to head right back and go into the clubhouse. Well, I know for a fact
You never seen that guy?
they walked into the club. I know for a fact they would have had to walk into the clubhouse.
But never did.
So he never said it. They never said anything then. Where were they then? You know what it's like? You know what it was like to me, Vargas? You ever see those videos where the one little dog is just like yapping at the big dog because there's a fence there? And then they
Yeah.
open up the fence and the little dog's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like now
Yeah.
you're right here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He wasn't doing
They
it.
made a business
He
decision.
was a big shot.
It was
yeah.
a business decision. So
Yeah.
which is fine. My second part of that story, which is funny, is because all the women, right, all our wives,
Mhm.
know Gerard to be the most laid back in the group. Is that fair?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So we're not back from the golf course. Actually, we don't even make it back. No, we make it back. Karen picks Jordan up because Jordan had training. He's lifting weights and going to play with his coach, right? Basketball. So we don't make it back to us. Jordan doesn't leave 5 minutes into the car with my wife, and my phone rings, and it's Jordan, and he's like, "Hey, Dad." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Where's Uncle G?" I'm like, "He's standing right here." He's like, "Put him on the phone." Karen didn't believe Jordan when Jordan told her the story because it was Gerard. My wife needed to hear Gerard say that he turned around to these people and said, F you. Jordan he couldn't wait to tell Karen that story. Karen did not believe.
Yo,
She thought Jordan
oh,
was
yeah.
making up the entire story, that we almost got into a fight on the golf course, and we almost got into a fight in the golf course because Uncle G told those guys to go F themselves. And she had to get G on the phone.
He had enough, man. He had
Yeah,
enough.
no, we're enjoying ourselves. We're having a good time. And then we got some guys just berating us from behind. And they just kept on, they're just gonna be doing that the whole time. So that's why, that's it.
And G, to Vargas's point, we were turning around because we had to wait for the two guys in front of us.
Yeah.
So we're turning around watching these guys to see how close they're getting. And Vargas is right. These aren't like course pros. These guys, this guy's in the woods, that guy's over there in the brush. They weren't good.
Oh.
So I don't know who they're holding up, right? But they weren't. It's not like they were like boom, boom,
No,
boom.
they're just
boom,
angry
boom.
because the game sucks.
Yeah, they're
That's
all
probably why.
frustrated.
Yeah.
They're taking time. So Vargas, that's number 2. You got a third one?
Yeah. Yeah, probably the third one is like, just being in the house, like especially like that the 2 last nights, the one night where we were playing beer pong and we were playing in the garage. We were all together playing beer pong, and then on Saturday night when we were all watching the UFC fights, and what was kind of fun is we're watching the fights, and we had a DJ, which was really cool.
Yeah.
So the DJ was cranking it up and everybody was outside. And I was telling you, Joe, I was like, there's a guy on the card, this Patty Pimblett guy. I go, every time I see this guy, I'm like, yeah, if Vaccaro was a UFC fighter, this is Vaccaro. Like, this guy's personality is Vaccaro. So you guys are outside. The guy comes on. I open the door. I'm like, yo, Vaccaro, you're fighting in 5 minutes. Let's go. You got to watch this.
No, that
Well,
guy was insane.
No, you're right. And
Yeah.
you know what was awesome about that guy? Like I said, it was like, what the hell is this guy doing? Right? He's getting everybody up, and you're like,
Oh,
But as soon-
the place goes crazy when that guy comes out. They
he
love
did.
that
Then
guy.
all of a sudden, as soon as he stepped in the ring, the octagon,
Laser focus.
and then he was done being announced, it was like, that's not the same guy. And
No,
you said,
no, no.
when Vargas said, he goes, you watch this guy, what he does.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, that role that you said, that's like the first time it's ever been done, that move, as far as how he went
No,
rolled.
it's just that particular role. Like
It's tough?
I just, it's just I kind of recognize the position that he was in, like somebody who really doesn't watch. It's a jujitsu position. So, people who are watching like the UFC fights, if they don't know really anything about jujitsu, that's why like when we were all watching
Yeah.
and he got the position and all of us were watching, I was like, oh, he's got to roll that guy over.
Yeah, you
He had
said
him
that.
like in a front guillotine. I'm like, he's got to roll him. But that was what, Joe, the first minute of the
No,
fight.
it's first 40
Yeah.
seconds.
And I'm like,
and
yeah.
he did a
He
double
blocked, double blocked
on
on that kick, and
on
then
the
Yeah.
French guy's kick, and then
Yep.
the guy went low. He
He did a double leg shot. Yeah.
right?
He
And
got
then
stuck
once
in
he
a
shot-
guillotine.
But you called
Yep.
it. You said, if he rolls him, it's over.
but,
Like, if,
but you
Yeah,
also
I-
called. He said he kept trying to stay with the move, right? Trying to hold, and you said you're holding him. I guess, and that's what.
Yeah,
he
he caught him in the guillotine right away. And I was like, you know what? He's going to finish that, but he's going to need to roll him. But I'm like, you know what? It's the first round. That guy's fresh.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's strong still. It's going to be hard to roll him, but Patty rolled him over. And then you saw as soon as he rolled him, it was like the guy got put out. I mean, he put him
Yeah,
to
no.
yeah,
sleep.
but my friend Mark,
Right
I was
after
talking to
that.
Mark today. You met
Yeah,
Mark. Yeah, we bumped into each other at work. He's like, we were talking about that. And I'm like, man, too bad we didn't have you had Vargas giving us the
Oh, yeah.
expert
Yeah.
insight to the fights. But
Yeah.
he said, no. John's right. He goes, that was people that don't know, that was an expert jujitsu move.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
100%. Like, that was
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
phenomenal.
that was,
That was a
crazy.
phenomenal. That was an impressive move. But
But
so
what
we
was
had that-
fun? What was fun about that is just like when we were all together, it was just like, you got a bunch of 50-year-old guys, but when we were all together, man, it was like a bunch of 13-year-olds, like
Yeah,
that's right.
just arguing with each other over the fights, and just we're playing beer pong and arguing with each other. Your arms over the line.
Yeah.
You're not doing it right.
Listen,
Like,
by the way,
I'm like, we're like a bunch of little kids.
no,
in that.
listen, we instantly, it's a very good observation. We
Yep.
instantly turned back into who we were when we were kids.
Yeah.
It's funny, no matter how old we get,
we're still the same people.
level of
like that.
competition, like
Oh,
we're just so
competition,
competitive, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing that's going to slow that down, right? So there's
No.
just barking at each other and doing this and this, and it doesn't stop. It goes from the cup pong to bocce ball.
And that's funny.
And bocce
yeah.
ball. It's like we don't stop yapping at each other.
No, and what's funny about that, Daryl, the DJ, he was playing with us, and as soon as he stepped into the environment, he's just like, "Whoa, you guys
Oh.
take this serious." No, we were like
Oh,
another
dude.
level right
Yeah,
after that.
no,
I don't know.
so-
I don't know if your friend Daryl, like if he like that DJ came and then we hung out, and Joe was like, yeah, stay, watch the fights, get something to eat, blah, blah, blah. That guy just sat there and watched the dynamic of the whole group.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, whoa, like,
He was
yeah,
awesome.
this is
He was a great
different.
guy.
Gee, he instantly so he was like, "Whoa, you guys take this serious." You know why? Because to normal humans, that looks good. The level to that we get competitive
Oh yeah.
over bocce
yeah.
ball.
Oh yeah.
ball,
That
it's
stepped
insane,
up a
right?
notch.
But then him just sitting back and watching that night, and really, I got the DJ. So people are funny. They're like, "You guys got a DJ?" There are no women there. Like, who's that? I'm like, no, you don't get it. The DJ was about the vibe.
Oh no.
It was like
Yeah.
we wasn't playing dance music. It was
no,
like
he started playing
Michael
80s
Jackson,
rock.
Oh,
80s
yeah.
rock,
Yep.
you know, a little
Yeah.
Biggie,
Yep.
whatever it may be. But it was about the vibe in the background while we're hanging out, eating good food, and watching.
Yeah,
the
and it was
UFC fight.
great.
And so the DJ joins us, and he you would see his head's on a swivel. He's like watching all this go on. He's having fun. He's laughing. Even when we got to the debate over baseball,
yeah,
right? He
yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, this is interesting," right? But he left. Text me that like 2 days later, after I sent him payment, whatever, I Zell him. He texts me 2 days later. He's like, "Big Joe." He's like, "Listen, when your friends want to hang out, man, make sure you give me a call." He said, "Make
No,
sure
he
you
was
hit me up."
he loved it, man. He was
No,
a
he
great
had a
guy.
great
And the best
time.
part is right when you got that warning from the tenant right off the bat saying about the music's got to maybe turn it down. That was the
Yeah.
so. What was he doing as far as the song choice? He started playing. He
yeah,
started
so-
playing
so-
like
So I get the text message like, "Hey, I know you guys being respectful. I doubt it's about the type of music you're playing,
yeah.
but the neighbors are complaining about the music. It's a Saturday night, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but it is what it is. So I walk out to him like, "Listen, it doesn't matter. We're not having a party. Let's just take it down a notch." And he's like, "I got one better for you." And he turns the playlist to all like
70s like
stuff like the
that your parents would be out there
because
dancing.
he's
to.
like, "Listen,
Yeah.
there's only one type of person that's complaining.
Yeah, someone
They
that's older.
they
at
got to
this
be
point.
a baby boomer,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like an older person." So he starts playing
Oh, the
Bee Gees and he's gonna throw it out there, and he's like, "I'm gonna roll this out here for a couple of songs, get them in their groove,
yeah.
and then I'll go back to what I was
He
playing."
no, he did. He played it right.
We haven't gotten we didn't get a complaint.
No,
after
no.
that.
I think they settled down.
They settled in the, like
Yeah.
they must have been home like, okay, right? Like, can you imagine your pictures? Old guy just got done calling, the neighbors.
No, we
and,
said-
"Hey,
we said-
the people at your house are really like playing loud music."
Yeah, but
And
they-
The wife's
they-
like, I'm gonna text again, and the her husband's like, wait a second,
wait,
let
hold
this
on.
song go.
Hold
Just
on,
let this
I
song
think
go.
that's Barry Gibb. Give me a
Right.
second.
No.
Give me a second. Oh, this is my jam.
no, we thought too.
This is my
I told him, I said, he goes, he started to play Thriller. I go, you're going to have all these 70, 80-year-old people on the lawn doing Thriller. We're going to think it's like
No.
zombies coming down
No,
to get
it'd
our
be, it'd be like Cocoon.
Yo,
All
it
of a sudden, out of nowhere, these 80-year-olds.
Well, we had the Cocoon with the CPAC machines at the
No, dude.
house.
So the DJ. No, that was really cool, and Daryl's great, man.
No,
He's-
Yeah,
he
great
we
time, great
invite
time.
him
He's
to all
awesome. Yeah,
sorts
he's
of
great.
stuff, and we always tell him like the type of the group we are. He's not supposed to come play at 8:00, and I'm like, "Listen, come at dinner time. Come have dinner with us. Come play." He ends up playing bocce ball with us. He's playing with us, so that was a good time.
And we had some, he had a good time. And also we had Mike Metz, we had Jesse,
Mike,
some-
Jesse flew down.
your son, my son, and we had a bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Nick, George.
Yeah, they all kind of came by. Everybody, we had
We had
visitors.
a lot of guests coming
So
in.
listen, the parameters were no women. So
Yeah, no.
all the guys came and
Except for your mother. She's the only one that showed
My
up.
That's
with
the only one allowed.
Rigatoni.
That's it.
no, but she
Only
popped
one
by with
allowed. Your mom.
she popped by with her
the most
Alavaca
important. Yeah,
sauce.
that was worth the visit.
Yeah.
So listen, if you're gonna get into that guy's house, Alavaca sauce is
Yeah.
definitely the key card that
That's
works.
right.
That was a password
yeah,
at the
for
door.
sure.
You don't have to say like
Like
the
Ace
clam
Ventura,
chowder.
white
No, we
clam
like
chowder.
the penny
Penne
Alavaca.
Alavaca. No, no. So that got her
No,
in
that
there,
was good.
right? But
delicious.
so all right. So G, give me something said, something done, something something happened.
Oh, I mean, you hit on the three that I was going to mention. I mean, golf was one, hanging out and enjoyed that. And even though we almost got into, a little scrum, but that
Those
was
are
like old
girls.
school, man. That was like how we used to, how we rolled and, just, it was just, I was just pissed off. That's what we used to do. I mean, yeah, anybody would just like kind of ruin our fun, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there was no sense in that tone. I guess
Right,
it was
right,
the
right.
tone that was said, and it just bothered me because we're having a good time. You're having a good time with my friends. We're having a good day, and you're gonna rub a tone on us, like So no, that's not gonna happen. So
But G's over it, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
he's done.
yeah, I'm over it. Yeah, yeah, sure, yeah, no problem.
He didn't waste any time. He was just like, fuck you.
Yeah, well, it's
Gee.
no, I'm not gonna deal with that. So then the food. I mean, your
food.
brother. I mean, the food was amazing. Like that was awesome. And then overall, everybody. It was
Yeah.
just it was just cool just being with everybody. It was just no pressure. Like we didn't do much. We had plans to go on the lake. We had plans to do all these different things. And guess what? Didn't matter.
No.
Yeah,
There
no.
was
It
no
never does.
disappointment in any of that. It
Well,
was
you know
just
what,
us
G?
hanging
That's
out.
the kind of stuff that drives the wives crazy. It's
Yeah,
like,
just-
what did you guys do? Oh, nothing. We just hung out. Like,
Oh, it's
where'd
like,
you go to eat? No, we never. We didn't
Yeah,
leave the
I mean,
house.
if you
didn't
think
leave the
about it,
house.
we didn't really do much of anything, right? We played
No.
golf the one day, and
It's
other than that,
wild.
hung
It's
out and
wild
played
'cause
some games.
when we get together, G, it's like we do so much but do nothing. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, there's no plan.
Like, it's not like we didn't do anything. We did a lot of everything. We just didn't do anything.
Yeah, you
Right.
I know that
Yeah.
makes no sense.
Yeah.
Right? But it's always the
But it
scenario.
was cool though, like the beer pong, the competition, it's what
Yeah.
made us us, right? I mean, it
Yeah.
felt like we were back, in the day of how we were being competitive, right?
We showed John
Arguing,
boss
debating,
level.
and that was just how we wrote. That's how we did things.
That's
So
right,
it
we
felt
showed-
like I was, 20,
We
30
showed
years
Vargas boss level with Frank Grillo.
Yeah.
We showed
yeah,
we
I
showed
know
you
it.
guys Becky, right?
Yeah, you got a
Becky,
couple-
oh
No,
my
it's my
God.
favorite. I show you guys Becky. Everyone's like, that little girl's messed up. Can you imagine that little girl being your daughter? Bro, that's gross. Oh my God, guys hanging out. Then we're like, Vargas, you got to watch Boss Level. Guys throwing, chopping people's heads off. Like, this is great. It wasn't a little girl, though, right?
yeah, little girl.
All right, what do you got? You got a 3?
I don't have 3, like I said. Everybody's touching the same ones, but
yeah.
when we were sitting there, just in general,
Yeah.
here's a bunch of guys that grew up as kids to now. Everybody's got the families, haven't seen each other in how many years, and all of a sudden we're just. I'll tell you, when we sat at the fight, now I'm talking to Vargas, he's talking, and I started to look around. Now you got our kids there, right? You got everybody there. Everybody's just being everybody. I watched like the conversations going on. And I had like a little moment. I was almost got teary eyed about it. I thought, I'm like, here's fucking a group of these guys still doing the same shit,
Yeah.
still talking about whatever fucking trash we thought we were talking about, and just everybody. And our kids are sitting there and getting to enjoy some of that, but that whole thing, man, from Anthony cooking and just everybody laughing and playing the games, that right there, that's the whole thing in a nutshell. It's not top 1, top 2, top 3. That whole thing just fucking
phenomenal.
surpassed everything.
Yeah.
And like I said, nobody can. Yeah, we had our little fucking bullshit things where we get our little antes about who's debating, but that's what we do. That's what we like to do. And if we know it, like G, he knows even how to put it in a little more in, because when he starts going, he's like, "But no." So G's the best one when he gets involved. We have a debate. I love it.
We're getting into these debates, and I'm like, now it's like 2:00 in the morning.
Oh no, and
No,
nobody.
listen, Mr. 9 p.m. is up arguing with us. He's debating with us.
Dude,
till
I
2
couldn't
in the
fall
morning.
asleep
Guy
that
can't
night.
keep his eyes open past 9 p.m. on the podcast.
Oh no, he was.
He
full
was
of-
No,
fired
he was
up.
ready to go.
He was
Dude, I
fired
couldn't
up.
fall asleep that night. I was supposed to go to bed like 2 or 3 hours beforehand. I told Ben, like, yeah, I'm going to go to bed. Then you guys started on this topic, and then we started, debating on the topic, and I'm all fired up. And I'm like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, like, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to fall asleep for
He
another
was
hour.
fired up.
Well, you know what happened after that? So everyone goes to bed, and I'm heading. I'm like, I got to go to bed, but we're having so much fun. Like last night.
that was at what, 3 something,
yeah,
right?
it's like 2:30.
Yeah,
Jeez.
33, yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta go to bed. And then so I'm shutting everything down, and Ben stayed to kind of help me shut things down. And he looks at me, he's like, "You going to bed?" And I'm like, I don't know why. He's like,
Did you guys start throwing basketballs? 'Cause I thought I
Dude.
heard the game.
bro, so
I'm on the
before-
couch sleeping. Yeah, I thought I was dreaming.
No, before
you,
before
This
you know
guy.
it, before you know it, Ben and I are in the
Yeah.
garage, 3 or 4 games of basketball, game of fucking air hockey. We're just in there, just 3 o'clock in the
Dude.
morning, going at it. We couldn't sleep after that.
I don't know how I
Wide
felt.
awake.
I don't know how I fell asleep. I thought I was dreaming that, but I
No.
thought that was you guys playing basketball. Great.
No, we were getting after it. No, we were getting after it.
Nah, we had fun.
No,
man.
we definitely have fun. The only thing I will tell you that is a takeaway for everybody, and I think everybody should think about this moving forward, because to me, it's the most valuable lesson from the entire weekend, and that is, I still have never lost in bocce ball. So I think I just,
Oh, here we go.
I'm
This guy.
3-0 in bocce ball. Whether it's you, Ben, whoever, my brothers, like whoever's my partner, just bocce ball, I've never lost in. So if you take
Never
anything
lost.
away from that weekend, I would say that would be the thing.
All right.
Listen to this
Not
kid,
the
Joe never
friendships.
lost. Lapardio. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So remember, next time we're on one of these guys' trips, you get murdered with a bocce ball. Don't
No,
worry
you
about what
know-
happens.
No, listen, you know what happens,
Man
right?
dies with a bocce ball
No,
and pearl in his head. The Bellinis in his head.
No,
Forehead.
Vargas, this is what happens.
What are you kidding me, Vargas? Take this guy out.
Vargas, you know what happens, right? The next time we go do something like this and we do all these little events and cornhole and bocce ball, we set this all up, we get the bocce ball and you guys are like, well, it's Joe and Jeff, so Jeff's your partner. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Real test. That guy,
He
listen,
was doing shot puts, Jeff.
dude, for that guy being as jacked as he is, man, he can never get that bocce ball out there.
No, he can't
Oh
throw it.
my
It
god.
blows my mind. I've
Well, we
never
had
seen-
that. We had Anthony's son, who shows up that night. And we go to play like beer pong. The kid comes in. He's like, "Hey, what's
Kid
going
just got
on,
out of
Varg?"
college.
Yeah. Hey, we go to play beer pong. Kid's like, "What's up, Vargas?" I'm like, "Listen, bro, you're not fooling me. You just got out of NC State. I know.
No.
I know you're a ringer that was
No.
brought here to play beer pong."
Yeah.
Kid was hitting shots all over the place. bro.
No, he's hitting shots. all
Basically,
night.
he got. Well, he said him and Mike, man. They
He's
made it
got
to the
Mike Metz
finals.
on his team.
I know, right? Yeah.
No,
Mike
start-
Metz is throwing a ball like he goes to throw it here, the ball goes sideways.
I've
and
never
they
seen
get to the
anyone throw a
final.
curveball.
He was throwing sliders with
Yeah.
ping pong balls.
I'm like, Mike, you see the cups, right? They're right here. It's right here. No, so they went 0-3 to start
Right.
like the preliminary competition.
Right.
Once the bracket started, they didn't
It's like
look.
little Anthony showed up. He was like, "Okay, I'm gonna start playing now."
He was buzzed by
Yeah,
that.
but even Mike was hitting.
no, Mike was
Crazy.
hitting.
It was
Mike-
He
crazy.
started hitting at
dude.
the end
But that's how
somehow.
Ben and I got knocked out. We got down to the final 2 cups each, and Mike hit like a big shot, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you know,
Listen, I know. And then my son was talking way too much smack for like. What he say?
Oh,
What he said to Ben might have been the funny line. I think he goes.
what is
Ben
what, the
said
Penguin
something to
shirt?
him, and he goes. Some people are happy, and some people wear penguin shirts.
I don't know why.
No, I like
Oh,
it.
that
I
might
like
have
it.
been the
Well,
line.
listen, my
I like it
brother-
when you
my-
when your son's going to shoot, and you got you and Anthony Labarde. You're like, "Hey, Anthony, and all of a sudden he turns around and he goes, "Anthony and Anthony, keep it down, okay? I got it.
I got this. You know what? Because Vaccaro
keep
and
it
my
down.
brother were 100% wanting to see Anthony knock Ben and I out. They did
Right.
not
Oh, yeah.
want to see us in the finals because
Yep.
I would annoy the piss out of them, right? If we were in the finals against them. So my brother's going, Anthony, stop fooling around. And you were saying to him, what are you doing? Stop fooling around. Take your shot. Because your son was getting.
Yeah, I know. He was
He's like,
getting out.
Anthony,
Eyes
your
closed.
brother was telling him, "Slow down, take your time."
Yeah.
Take your
And
time.
he's like, listen, I got here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I'll
No,
give it
no.
to him. He talked the trash until the end.
Dude, I have to tell you something. Now, you know what? I'm glad I made the decision because your son just got out of college. My son's 19, turning 20. When your son shows up, my son wanted to drop Jeff and be like, hey, it's me and Little Ant. I said, you and the Little Ant cannot be on the same team.
Oh no,
And I'm glad
your
we didn't let
son
that
was
happen.
on fire. He was hitting
If we,
everything.
Son
if
too.
we
played
let
good.
Joe and Little Anthony be on the same team,
No,
I don't know if they would have
no,
lost.
I don't think they would have lost either.
No.
I don't know that they would have
No,
lost the game.
they wouldn't have lost. No. If JoJo and Anthony were on the same team, no, they would have swept
Yeah,
everybody.
they
No, it
would.
would have been a
They
That
would've
was,
problem.
that was the problem.
It would have been an
Yeah,
absolute
yeah.
problem.
Good
But no,
thing-
we put the house. The house is to bed. We're on to the next thing. Listen, here's the good news: is so not this Monday, but the following Monday, maybe we'll have footage from the podcast when you guys were in town.
Nice.
So that'll be
Nice.
good.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's everybody was in the
It'll
actual
be
in the studio first time.
Come before this episode.
That was pretty special
Yeah.
too.
So it'll be on it.
It was
Yeah.
kind of fun. It was kind of fun that first day I stayed at Joe's house. It was nice. Like I got some footage of Joe and his son playing basketball.
Wow. Right, that's great.
Listen, Joe's son Jordan is a really good basketball player.
Yeah.
Really, really good basketball player. But you know, he plays organized basketball. He doesn't play out in the parking lot.
John says like there's 2 major differences here. Jordan plays organized basketball, and his father grew up playing street ball and head games.
Yeah,
So he don't play.
yeah, those two things he hasn't
So
seen.
I
No,
get
this
that.
is my son.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched Joe hustle his kid for an hour in basketball. I'm sitting in a chair by the hoop and I'm watching Joe just hustle Jordan in basketball, and I was just like, I could see the whole thing happening like right in front of me. It was
So this is
hilarious.
great because Vargas. So here's the thing. Jordan knows Vargas is there.
Yeah.
So Jordan's running.
Yeah,
his
he's
mouth,
running his mouth more.
right because
Yep.
we're older. Vargas is telling him, listen, take all your school buddies that play school basketball. When we were 15, 16, you guys wouldn't have been able to handle us outside because you just don't have the mental toughness, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're having that conversation. My son's running his mouth. So now he's like, I play dad outside in horse right now. So John comes to watch outside. It's 1,000,000 degrees. Now, I'll tell you this.
It was hot as hell.
In
out there.
in the driveway, I get going and him and his friends get frustrated because I'm not missing, right? We go out there and Jordan says, you want to bet? I'm like, okay, let's bet. Because here's the thing I know, and this is what Vargas knows, is I'm in it for the long con.
Oh yeah.
Jordan's like doesn't realize I'm already 10 steps ahead of him. So it doesn't matter if I lose this game, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm never going to let it go to a point where I lose. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Because I know his ego's on the line, right? So
Yeah.
as long as I keep poking that bear, he'll keep giving me as many shots
Until he gets off his
till
mark.
I get off his mark,
Yep.
right?
Right.
So Vargas knows this, and G knows it, and you guys have been around me your entire time. So Joe's like, "What do you want to play for?" $50. Now I'll tell you this: that game starts, and I realized immediately Jordan was locked in. I wasn't going to say this to him, but there was a part of me that was like, "Oh, he's not missing shots."
Bro, that kid at one point in those games, I mean, I told you afterwards, Joe, I mean, that kid at one point, I mean, I swear he must have hit like 14, 15 shots in a row.
in a row.
And I mean, in a row,
Gee,
swishing,
I was
like
trying,
in a
I
row.
was trying
And
to
I was
survive
like,
where
ah,
it was.
Jeez.
I was trying to
Yeah.
survive where I just needed to.
really
you know how you
good
play
shooter.
horse,
Yeah, yeah.
and like sooner or later, you're like that guy missing. It's my turn. I get to lead.
Yeah. Never got the
I
lead.
think in 6 games I led 4 times.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Right,
And he was shooting right hand, left hand.
left-handed floater.
And Jordan, listen, but like people don't know, Jordan's a really good ball player. I
Yeah.
mean, a real good ball player. I mean, he's very good. And he was shooting both hands. I'm watching and I'm like, oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
So
tough.
you know, if you don't play all the time, the
Right.
hand that you'll lose a little bit is the left.
Yeah, yeah. You're not
So it's
gonna-
like, oh, left-handed layup, no problem. But then he starts doing running left-handed floaters. Last
left
time
hand
I've done a
fade,
left-handed
left
float.
hand fade away. He's
left-handed fade away. I'm righty. So it's like, you haven't done this stuff in a
Yeah,
while.
you
So-
know.
But then he's hitting, like, even when I led G, I'm like, I got him, shot. And then he just walked up there, hit it. It's like, next one, hit it. And then I would miss, and then it's time to him to lead again. And then he's doing fall away here, fall
Right.
away there. It's 95 degrees outside. So now we're going and we're gambling, G, but lose game 50. Oh, double or nothing, 100. 150. So now
I'm sitting in a chair under the hoop. I'm sitting in a chair under the hoop, and like Jordan's doing his thing. I'm looking at Joe like, yo, bro, you gonna let this kid do this to you? Like, let's go, bro. Like, when are we gonna do this?
No, G. See,
So,
now me.
so Karen comes out.
yeah.
Joe's wife comes out. She goes, because we've been out there a little bit. She goes, what's going on out here? I go, Jordan and Joe are playing basketball. Joe's lost some money. And Karen pulls a chair. Oh, I'm gonna watch this. She pulls a
Yeah,
chair out.
My wife finds out I'm losing money. Now, listen, if he was losing money, she would be like, leave him alone.
Yeah, what are
That's
you
money
doing?
from his. He saved that money in his safe. Joe's losing money. So she pulls up the chair. So we're going, Anthony, and every time I lose to him, I lose money. You think I was like, all right. He goes, all right, you're gonna sell me the money? I'm like, you're done? He's like, oh, you want to lose more? I'm gonna keep this going, G. Right? This is gonna keep going.
He just kept saying, play again. Play
Yeah,
double another,
play again,
Play again.
play again, play again. Because in the back of my mind, G, I got
Joe's got him
one.
going.
Because here's what I realize. Well, my son doesn't realize. I'm not beating him in horse. Not today.
Yeah.
I beat him in the past. I'm not beating him today. Right? So here's what I know. I'm going to try to win my money back. But by games 4, 5, and 6, which was the last one, I started realizing the only ace I have left in the hole is around the world.
Oh yeah.
So him and his friends and Joe, my
And
son Joe and their friends, they've never, and Joe's friends, one of them starting point guard at the high school, whatever.
Never played around
they've-
the world.
No, they've never beat me in a round.
Oh.
None of them.
So
Because you
and
know
the
you
thing
gotta hit
is,
that shot from the street,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah. and the thing is, Joe didn't ask to play around the world. Joe was like tired. It was hot as hell out there. He's sweating and everything. Joe goes to get water, and Jordan's all pumped on himself.
So now I'm down.
And
So now listen, G,
Yeah.
he could walk away. I'm down $240. Karen's like,
240.
you owe this kid $240. So
Right.
Jordan goes, double or nothing, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, double or nothing. I'm like, yeah, but we got to play a different game. Jordan says,
Around the world.
let's play around the world.
Joe's
like, you
eyes
know
light
what?
up.
I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's play around the world. Double or nothing. He goes, really? Double or nothing? 500 and,
Yeah, $60.
$60.
He tells Joe, I want to take your phone. So I know that I can sell the money to
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. $560. He goes, you're really going to play me for $560 around the world? I go, yeah. And then I do this, Anthony. Once he shakes my hand, I go, Jordan, you do realize you have never beat me in around the world. I don't care how well you're shooting. We both know this was not a bad bet for me. Because now, Anthony, I got $540 on the line. What's happening with my son is 2 things. I'm the lion. You're the cub. I ain't gonna let you win this, right? Number 2, I now have $540 on the line. you're getting Brooklyn, Long Island dad. I'm going to be in your ear. Now, I wasn't saying anything while we were playing horse. Now you're going to get all of the shit talking. You're going to get all the psychological games. So we start playing, and you go around, and there's this 2 corner spots, and Jordan gets there before me, and I'm right to the spot ahead of him, and Jordan misses it. And I go, you want to chance it? And he's like, no. I'm like, you sure you don't want to chance it? I'm like, listen, Jordan, you know you can't hit that shot. You'll be there all day. I know that's your bad shot from the left side corner. You can't hit that shot. We know this. No, I'm not going to chance it. Then he misses it again. And now I get there. Then he misses it again. And now I'm like, you want to chance it? And he's like, yeah, chance it. And John's like, you're going to chance it because now I'm here. Right,
Yeah.
G? Now he knows he hasn't hit it 3 times in a row.
You got to understand, up to this point in horse, Jordan was hitting everything.
From everywhere on the
And then gets to that spot. And then he misses the shot. And Joe's about to be on that spot. And Jordan goes, yeah, I'll chance it from there. And I was just
So
like,
he misses.
I was sitting there. I was like, here we go.
Yeah,
I
he
was like, I
misses
could
it.
already
He has to
see it
start from the
happening.
beginning, right? So he starts with, I hit it. I'm on my way around. And now once I'm on my around, I'm on my way. And so he finally gets off that spot, and I'm on my way back around.
He was stuck there for a while.
stuck
He
there
was
for a little
stuck
bit.
there.
That was
So
it.
now-
And Joe
now it's
Joe started hitting shot after shot after
No, dude,
shot.
now I'm just making my way around, right? And now not only am I making my way around, I'm talking to him the whole time. I was like, Dad gets on these 5-6 ball runs. Don't
And
let me
Karen,
get to-
Karen sitting there, she's like, let's go, Jordan. Let's go, Jordan.
It's my wife.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
rooting
she's-
for the kid. Yeah, because you know why? The 540 ain't coming out of her account, right? If it was coming out of like a joint account, I promise you, my wife wouldn't be rooting for Jordan.
She's like, miss, Jordan, miss.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, she's probably thinking in her head, I give him 540. He don't bother her for a week and a half of
Oh,
money
yeah.
for Chipotle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, use your own money. So I'm going back around now, G. So now he hits this shot, and then he gets on a run now because it got past that psychological shot. But I told him, so now he hits we're on the final shot before you got to go the street shot, right? And I said, Jordan, Karen's like, oh, he caught up. I go, Karen, that street shot's my shot. The kids have never hit that shot. I've hit it every time, and I swish it. They've never beat me because within 3 shots, I'm hitting that street shot. Like, so I'm just reminding
That's a tough
Jordan,
shot. You got the sun in your eyes.
dude, the sun's in our
It-
eyes. It's beating us.
And it's pitched down the street. So it's like, the hoop's 10 feet, but the shot's actually higher
Oh, yeah.
because you're
Just slowly
pitched
pitch
down.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jordan, now Jordan, he's feeling his oats a little bit again. But gee, the whole time is about the talking. It's the Reggie Miller stuff in your ear. What we always tell the kids, like, so I'm just letting him, I'll remind him, you've never hit this shot. I hit it all the time. We get to the back there, right? He misses. I go, I miss. He misses. My second shot, swish. And Vargas is like, oh, shit. So now I'm like, Jordan, you're done. That's it. You're not swishing. You haven't come close to hitting this shot, right?
Yeah.
Here's where I give my son credit, G. I was a little taken back because he gets redemption
Yeah.
since I hit it. He gets redemption. He banks it in
Hard off the backboard.
hard off the backboard. Like he chucked it and it went in off the backboard. So he's like feeling himself. So I'm like, okay. So I tell Vargas, give me the ball. I go back to do it again. And I set up G, second one in the row, swish it from the street. And now you could see I'm in Jordan's head, G, because you want to know why? The whole time he never mentioned one thing about anything. Oh, Dad, I said left-handed in horse. He just let me go, right?
Yeah.
His confidence level of beating me was so high, it didn't matter what I was doing.
Yeah.
But now Vargas could see it, right? Jordan
Oh,
right
yeah.
away goes what? After I switch.
You were over the line. Or
Jo-
you,
yeah, he goes, you're over the line. You're not on the street. You were on the curb. You weren't on the street. Joe's like, what? What are you talking about? He goes, no. The line right there. And then Joe's son, Jojo, came out. He's like, Jojo, well, you see where he is, right? That's not what you're supposed to do. He's making a big deal about
Yeah,
the
he's making
whole
a big
street
deal.
thing.
And of course, what does my wife do, G, right? My wife's like, I think you were over the line. I'm like, you don't even know what the line is. Now you're just being a bother, right? Now Karen's just being a bother. So now it's getting to the point where I'm like going back and forth with Jordan on this thing because he knows he ain't hitting that thing a second time, right? So now he's like, no, your foot's on the line. I'm not doing this. It's $240. Your foot was on the line. And you know what, G? I'm like, you know what? I tell Vargas, give me the ball. Just give me the ball. Right, John?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Joe
I
takes
go-
the ball. He goes, just give me the ball. Joe goes back there. He chucks up his shot.
banks it in.
All
I
all
banked
in
that
there.
one in.
Bank
banked
that
it
one in. Right, right.
Yeah, bank it in. So I hit it a third time.
Right.
And now
in
I
a
know
row.
I'm behind the line. So now I
Yeah.
just look at him, and you could see, G, like after I hit that shot, and all he had was the "you're on the line," you could
Yep.
see the draining of the confidence, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's where I give my son credit. He goes out to the street, he banks it and hits it again.
Really?
So Vargas is like, oh, shit, he
Yep.
hit it again.
It's
So I'm
crazy.
like, you know what? I'm over this. And I'm like, Anthony, I'm like, Jordan, this is done. I walk out to the street, and for a fourth time, swish. And then
In a
you
row.
could just see
4 in a row he
everything,
hit.
everything left Jordan's body.
Yep.
Everything left his body at that point. He misses the shot. And from that point forward, G
He's
pulls up
crushed.
in his truck. What G got to see was a dejected Jordan. Like
Yeah.
from an hour earlier where he was riding high, now my son's now my son like saying stuff like this, like, I still get the 240, right? I'm like, no, you get nothing. And I started calling it my 560 ball. That was my 560 ball. So like for the rest of the night, he's dejected, Anthony. Like literally,
that's
it ruined
hilarious.
his night. And Vargas is not making any better because what he doesn't understand about my group of friends is they ain't gonna be like, oh, Jordan, it was close. You did good. Vargas is like, should have walked away at 240.
Should have walked away with 240. Meanwhile, before when I was in the house with him, he was bragging how he could do 100 push-ups. Joe goes, I'll give you money if you do 50 push-ups. He couldn't even do like 2 before he stopped. He was supposed to do them straight.
Yeah, he does.
So I
two, and
told
then
him
he's
during the
"Wait, wait,
basketball
my feet
game."
are slipping. Everything.
Yeah, I told him, you know why you lost? Bro, if you could do more push-ups, you probably would have a
You
little
could
more
reach the
legs.
Yeah, you can get more. You get a little more oomph on those shots.
You can reach the basket, but
Poor
no.
kid.
It's the difference between like they don't get it, right?
Well, that's welcome to being a kid trying to figure out to beat your parents.
Yeah, but listen, on the flip side, I'll never admit it, but on the flip side, that day's way closer than I would like to admit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
100%,
saying?
Yeah, that's too
Like
close.
that day's way closer
That's too
than I would
close.
like
to
to.
Oh,
admit.
yeah.
It brings me back to the whole Tiger Woods thing, like Tiger Woods and his son Charlie. Like I remember, I forgot what professional golfer was asking him, and he's like, "Has Charlie beat you yet?" And Tiger Woods is like, "No, but
It's not far
it's
off.
not far off."
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like, and that's Tiger Woods. Like every, in every, whether it's lions in the wild, whatever it may be, the young lion at one point is taking over the
Oh,
herd.
yeah. It's inevitable.
Right?
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining the mob today. Don't forget to like and subscribe on whatever platform you are watching us on. Please join us next week for more fun and a lot of problems.